Some then hug like it's just a greeting, missing the single most powerful chance to make a woman crave them. If you've ever wondered why she seems distant after a hug, or why your efforts don't stick, it's not her, it's you. A hug isn't just skin-on-skin contact. It's a trigger. Done wrong, it's forgettable. Done right, it leaves her thinking about you long after you're gone. Most men overthink it, or worse, make it mechanical. But there's a secret art to hugging a woman in a way that makes her want you more. A way that sparks attraction without you saying a single word. Today, I'm revealing exactly how to do it. The subtle shifts, the tiny gestures, the intensity you're probably ignoring. Pay attention because most guys fail miserably at this. And once you get it right, she won't just notice. You'll be unforgettable. Hold her a little longer than expected. Most men think a hug is over the moment you wrap your arms around her. That's where you lose her interest. Communicates comfort, desire, and confidence, all without saying a word. Don't be afraid to pause for a beat longer than normal. That tiny moment makes her feel safe, noticed, and yes, slightly unsettled in the best way because it breaks the usual pattern she expects from every other guy. Imagine this. You're saying goodbye after a casual meetup. Instead of the typical 1-second squeeze, you pull her in, hold her shoulder lightly, and give her a slow, steady embrace. Let her feel your presence without rushing away. That small adjustment makes her brain register you differently, more memorable, more magnetic. She might not say anything, but she'll feel it, and that sensation lingers. The key isn't just duration, it's also intention. Your body language matters. Keep your chest relaxed, shoulders open, and don't clench too tightly. Think of it as an invitation rather than a wrestling match. The subtle pressure of your arms, the calm energy you emit tells her, secure, which is incredibly attractive. Here's the real kicker. Men often pull away too quickly because they overthink what's appropriate or normal. Forget that. She wants to feel valued in that moment, even if it's brief. A well-timed, intentional hug is one of the fastest ways to make her feel a spark she didn't know she could feel from something so simple. The moment she steps back, she'll carry that feeling in her mind, replaying it, wondering why it felt so different. And that's exactly what you want. Let your hands rest naturally. A lot of men panic during a hug and don't know what to do with their hands. They either squeeze too hard, grab awkwardly, or hover nervously. That kills attraction instantly. The right placement can communicate subtle dominance, care, and confidence, all without words. Your hand should rest naturally on her back, shoulder, or just slightly above her waist if the vibe is already comfortable. Not too high, not too stiff. The guy, secure, like your embrace is the safest space she's in right now. It's a quiet way of saying, I've got you, without being clingy or overbearing. Think about this. You meet her at a cafe, you go in for a hug, and instead of awkwardly patting her shoulder, you let your hands settle on the middle of her back. Keep them there just long enough for her to feel grounded. She might unconsciously lean a little into you, testing your energy. And if you stay calm, she'll feel that magnetic pull. That little adjustment communicates confidence, and women notice these subtle signals more than words. Avoid fidgeting, twisting your hands, tapping, or adjusting constantly screams insecurity. The more relaxed your hands, the stronger the message. You're comfortable, you're confident, and you're worth lingering with. Most men ignore this entirely, thinking it's just a hug. But a small shift in hand placement transforms a simple gesture into a moment she won't forget. It's those that make the difference between a forgettable hug and one that leaves her thinking about you all day. Master your hands, and suddenly hugs aren't just greetings, they're tools of attraction. Make eye contact before and after the hug. Most guys completely underestimate how powerful eye contact is during a hug. They dive in, squeeze, and step back without ever connecting visually. That's a huge missed opportunity. Eye contact before a hug sets the tone. It signals intention, confidence, and focus. Eye contact after the hug makes her feel remembered, noticed, and appreciated. Picture this. You see her across the room. Instead of walking past or giving a quick, distracted smile, you lock eyes for a split second, then step in for the hug. That small moment creates anticipation. She senses that this isn't random. You're fully present. As you hug, you don't have to stare. Just let your glance linger briefly on her face, if possible. And when you pull back, meet her. So many men ruin the moment because they don't understand energy. A hug isn't a test of strength. It's a silent exchange of emotion. If she comes in softly and you grab her too tightly, you break the rhythm. If she hugs you warmly and you stay stiff, you kill the connection. The goal is to read her energy and flow with it naturally. Imagine she greets you with a gentle smile and leans in lightly. That's not an invitation to squeeze her ribs. It's a sign to keep the embrace calm, warm, and balanced. On the other hand, if she hugs you with enthusiasm, match her tempo just slightly below hers. Let her lead the tone. You guide the balance. It's not about dominance. It's about synchronization. When a woman feels that your energy aligns with hers, her guard drops almost instantly. Most men think showing strength means holding tighter or lasting longer. Wrong. Breathing, her comfort, it makes her feel emotionally safe. That's the difference between a hug that says, "Nice to see you," and a hug that says, "You get me." Now, here's what happens next. When you release her, there's a brief silence. That's when attraction starts to grow, not from what you said, but from how she felt in your arms. It's that alignment, that calm presence that makes her want to be close to you again. Get this right, and she won't be able to explain it. She'll just know she felt something. That's the quiet art of matching energy, and most men completely overlook it. Let your scent do half the talking. You'd be shocked how much women associate attraction with scent. A man's smell can either pull her closer or make her want to step back instantly. Most guys overlook this, thinking a random deodorant or body spray is enough. But the truth is, the scent you carry during a hug can anchor you in her memory far longer than your words ever could. Face often lands near your neck or shoulder. That's her most sensitive zone for scent detection. If you smell clean, masculine, and subtle, not overwhelming, she'll automatically link comfort and desire to your presence. It's primal, and it works faster than logic. Picture this. You've just met her for lunch. You lean in for a hug, and she catches a whiff of a warm, woodsy cologne that isn't too strong, but distinct enough to linger. You step back, talk, and leave. Hours later, when she smells something similar somewhere else, you pop back into her mind. That's how scent works. It's a silent reminder that plays on loop in her head. Don't drown yourself in fragrance, though. The goal isn't to announce your presence, it's to make her discover it. A few dabs around your neck or wrists are enough. Clean clothes, fresh breath, and a scent that fits your vibe. That's the combination that draws her in. Here's the mistake men make. They focus on what to say or how to, because long after that hug ends, she'll still remember how you made her feel, not just how you looked. Don't rush to let go. You can always tell when a man is unsure of himself by how quickly he releases a hug. It's almost like he's afraid to stay in the moment for too long, scared of what it might mean or how it might be perceived. But women feel that hesitation instantly. When you hug her and pull away too fast, it sends a quiet message. You're nervous, uncertain, or emotionally unavailable. The difference between a man who leaves an impression and one who's easily forgotten is patience. Staying in that moment for just a little longer without tension, without awkwardness, shows calm confidence. It makes her feel seen, not rushed. That's what women crave, presence. When a man isn't in a hurry to escape the connection, it speaks volumes about how secure he is. Most guys don't even realize they do it. They hug, pat her back like a buddy, and step away as if your tension, your nerves, your confidence. Women are emotional detectors. They feel what you don't say. If you're anxious, distracted, or trying too hard, your body will tell on you. But when you're calm, centered, and relaxed, your energy becomes magnetic. She feels safe. She feels drawn in. Men often underestimate how much women crave emotional stability. That's why a calm hug feels so different. When you're grounded, your breathing is steady, your shoulders are loose, and your body carries no rush or pressure. That calmness transfers. It makes her heartbeat slow down. It tells her you're not seeking validation. You're just present. Now, this doesn't mean being emotionless or cold. It's about balance. You can still be warm, engaging, even slightly playful. But underneath all that, she should feel peace. That's what makes her relax into you, instead of freezing up or pulling away. Think about how rare that kind of presence is today. Everyone's tense distract through their phone. So, when a woman meets a man whose energy feels grounded, she doesn't just remember it, she craves it. A hug like that stands out, not because of strength or passion, but because of peace. That's what builds attraction on a deeper level. You're not just another guy chasing her. You're someone who feels like a safe space, and that safety doesn't kill attraction. It intensifies it. It's what allows her guard to drop, her smile to soften, her energy to align with yours. Your calmness tells her she's with someone who has nothing to prove, someone who doesn't need to talk too much or act too much because he already knows his worth. That's what she feels in that silent, steady hug. Don't break the connection too quickly. A lot of men ruin a perfect moment because they don't know what to do right after the hug. They pull away too fast, look down, or change the subject immediately as if they can't handle the quiet tension that follows. But that short silence, those few seconds right after the hug, are where the real magic happens. That's the part that lingers. When you hold her and then step back slowly, keeping your energy steady, you give her time to process the moment. If you look away too fast, you disconnect. But if you stay present, eyes still soft, posture relaxed, a faint smile, it sends one clear message. You're comfortable with closeness. That's rare. Most men can't handle that kind of intimacy without becoming awkward or nervous. Women pay attention to what happens in those transitions. They can feel when you're confident enough to stay in that emotional space. You don't need to say anything. Your body language already did the talking. The way you stand, breathe, and meet her gaze right after tells her everything she needs to know about how you handle connection. It's not about trying to be seductive. It's about not breaking what you've already built. When you end a hug with calm, curious, that pause makes her think. It's that half second of quiet tension that makes her feel something she can't describe. And that's exactly what makes her want to experience it again. Too many men rush to escape the feeling because they're scared of vulnerability. But what they don't realize is that this is where real attraction begins. It's not in what you say, it's in what you dare to hold. So when you hug her next time, don't just focus on the contact. Focus on what happens right after. That's where you become unforgettable. Stop thinking. Hugs are just casual, men. This is where most of you are failing without even realizing it. You treat hugs like routine, like a formality you have to go through before moving on to the next thing. That mindset kills attraction faster than anything else. A hug isn't just skin-to-skin contact. It's a moment loaded with unspoken signals. If you treat it casually, she'll sense it immediately. And trust me, it's not flat. Too many guys don't even think about how their energy, timing, or presence affects a woman during that brief moment. You rush, you fidget, you overcompensate with stiffness, or worse, you overthink and try to perform. None of that works. A woman feels it all. She knows when a hug is just a box to tick and when it's a space where she's noticed and valued. Wake up. A simple hug can make or break the spark depending on how you approach it. Your hands, your scent, your energy, the subtle way you time the moment. It all matters. If you ignore these things, don't expect her to chase you or replay the memory of being in your arms. She's smart enough to filter out mediocrity. Here's the point you need to get. Stop treating her like she's just another person to hug. Start treating each hug as a chance to show calm, confidence, and intention. If you're unsure, practice being present. Don't rush, don't stiffen, don't act like the hug is meaningless. It's a test of emotional intelligence and self-control, and it separates men who women can't stop thinking about from men who are easily forgettable. This is your wake-up call. A hug is not just a greeting, it's a tool, one that either sparks desire or kills it. Use it wisely. Every small detail counts, and if you continue ignoring it, you'll keep wondering why the women you like never seem fully interested. It's not her, it's your approach. Be present, not just physically, but mentally. Here's the thing most men completely miss. Being in her arms isn't enough. You can hug her perfectly, hold her close, and even smell amazing. But if your mind is elsewhere, she knows. Distraction kills attraction faster than bad timing or awkward hands. When you're truly present, every movement, every pause, every subtle signal communicates intention, confidence, and care. That presence makes her feel like she's the only person in the room. Don't just go through the motions. Feel her energy. Sense the tempo of her breathing. Notice how she leans in or doesn't. Adjust to her rhythm without overthinking. A man who is fully present makes a woman feel secure, desired, and intrigued all at once. That's the invisible pull most men never learn. Being present also means respecting the moment. Don't check your phone. Don't glance around. Don't let your thoughts wander. She can feel it immediately. Instead, focus on her. Let your body communicate warmth and assurance. Let the hug be more than just a gesture. Let it be a full, sensory experience. Most men treat hugs like a routine handshake, but a man who masters presence makes a woman think about him hours later. She remembers how it felt to be held, not just physically, but emotionally. She notices your calm, your energy, your intention, and she can't forget it. If you want to make her wah, you more. This is non-negotiable. Presence isn't optional. It's the difference between leaving her indifferent and leaving her longing for more. Let's be real. Most men are completely clueless when it comes to hugs. They think showing strength, rushing the moment, or throwing on some cologne will do the work. It won't. If you ignore the little details, timing, energy, presence, scent, you're invisible. And the worst part? Women notice everything. She feels every hesitation, every fidget, every lack of focus. That's the harsh truth. But when you get it right, even the simplest hug becomes unforgettable. It makes her want you. It makes her think about you later. And here's the kicker. Most men will never figure this out because they're too busy performing instead of being. I want you to try this. Next time you hug her, pay attention to the small things. Feel the energy. Stay present. And I want you to comment below on what happened. I'll read your experiences, and I might even reach out personally to give advice. Don't forget, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. This is where the real secrets are shared. Longer than normal. That's enough for her brain to register significance. You're not just any guy. The magic is in timing. Too long before the hug? Creepy. Too short after the hug? Forgettable. But the precise moments of connection, that's what triggers her subconscious. She'll walk away replaying the hug in her mind, thinking, why does he feel different? It's because you've given her attention, focus, and presence, all things most men fail to deliver. Here's where men really mess up. They think hugging is purely physical. It isn't. The eyes are your silent amplifier. A confident glance before, a warm connection after, and suddenly the hug carries a depth most guys can't even reach. She'll remember it without even realizing why. And that's the subtle power that makes her want you more. Match her energy. Don't overpower. Offer list. That's not chemistry. That's formality. Women remember the man who makes them pause. The one who doesn't flinch under closeness. The one whose energy says, I'm comfortable here. It's not about holding on too long or making it weird. It's about timing and comfort. The moment your body language feels natural and unhurried, she subconsciously mirrors it. That's when a hug shifts from friendly to emotionally charged. This small detail separates boys from men. The ones who let go too soon always wonder why women never seem fully interested. The truth is simple. She couldn't feel you. She couldn't sense that grounded, confident energy that makes her want to be near you again. Don't rush the moment. Let it breathe. Let it linger. Sometimes the seconds after a hug say more than any compliment could. Make her feel the calm in you. You can't fake calmness. When you hug a woman, she can instantly sense your internal state.